let some folks jump on. Coach Micheal Burt, I hope you're doing great. I'm in beautiful, beautiful Miami. And I like Miami because it's got some incredible energy. So let me check and make sure we're up and going. And we're going to get some folks on with us tonight. There we are. Test this and make sure we're live. There we go. I see it. There we are. All right, Coach Micheal Burt. Let's see, what is tonight? Thursday night? Thursday night, guys. If you want to make a comment as you join us tonight. Brian White. What's up, Melanie Mayo? Flip the switch, Alan Mitchell. How you enjoying that book? If you got the book, thank you. Amazon's got more copies. Thank the good Lord. I went on today and they said Amazon's got them and they're shipping them out. So they're no longer out of stock. The publisher shipped them in just like they told me they would. And get a little light here. And so if you got the book, J Cash, go to Amazon and give us a review. Okay, I've been reading it. If I could give my own self a review, I must say it's my best book. Okay, so how do you flip the switch, guys? I'm in Miami. I'm speaking tomorrow at Lone Depot Stadium. I think they had over, 8,000 people there today is what they told me, and they're expecting more tomorrow. Damon John will be speaking. Coach Burt will be speaking. And J Cash, a lot of people ask me, man, how do you do that? And so how do you call up on the pray drive? How do you activate the pray drive? How do you flip the switch to do this? And here's what I would tell you. I do not wing my presentations. And this is something that actually shocked me when I spoke at 10X. It shocked me how many people got on stage in front of 10,000 people and just winged it. It shocked me. It shocked me how they didn't really have a structure. They didn't really have a plan. They didn't really have a message they wanted to say. And because I'm a coach, what I believe is that I am up there coaching, and they have, given me X number of minutes to coach the audience. I think people pay good money to get on an airplane to travel, so I never, ever, ever wing it. I could. I've given the Pray Drive talk probably 500 times, but I don't. So what I just finished doing is so I sit down and completely write everything up when it comes to my message. And I start with the end in mind. I start typically with the action I want people to take from the presentation. And that action could be, man, I want to invite people to get into the coaching program. It could be that I want to, it could be that I want to invite them to get into something. I want them to take an action. I start with the action I want people to take. And then, Tony Barnes, I step back and I say, man, what problem do these people have that I can solve for them based on my unique skill set? What is the problem they have? Now, we know that Pray Drive is a problem for a lot of people. Activating their potential so I choose typically universal topics that I speak on and coach on because I know person of interest is a big topic, Pray Drive is a big topic, make it follow up, purpose to profit. These are all solutions to problems. Okay, so I step back and I go, okay, how can I solve a problem for this audience that they would pay to solve? It's got to be acute. It's got to be important, Dave Stegg. It's got to be a problem that they say, man, I gotta do something with this dude. Then I come up with the concept. Now, since I got the new book, Flip the Switch out, it's pretty much, that's what I'm speaking on tomorrow, but I do it in different ways. So tomorrow I'm going to start off the presentation and I'm going to ask them, are they ready to make a decision? And that decision is asking them, do they want to go pro in their life? Do they want to leave their amateur desires behind and make a decision to go pro? And then I'm going to get into what Pray Drive is, how I spent over a decade building competitive intelligence in people, right? Through the body, the mind, the heart, and the spirit. And then I'll move into what Pray Drive is, which is instinct to pursue. And then I'm going to go through the 5 activators of the Pray Drive. And then as I'm moving through the presentation, I'm going to come back and challenge the audience to make this decision, this very important decision, to go pro. And then I will offer them and invite them to go on a journey with me for me to be their coach and to coach them over a cycle of time toward their potential. Here's my belief to all the speakers out there, to all the coaches out there. A speaking engagement doesn't change a person's life. Amanda Beener, the speaking engagement opens the mind. The coaching program changes the life. The speaking engagement is exposure. The coaching program is coaching, which is engaging people in a set of systematic behaviors over a period of time. So when I'm speaking in a stadium like I do tomorrow, I'll go in and practice. I'll have ear monitors in because of the echo. This is an outdoor stadium that's covered up at where the Florida Marlins play. So I'll check the PowerPoints. I'll make sure the QR codes are correct. I go in as what's called a defensive pessimist, which is a person that thinks about all of the things that could go wrong. Now, and my goal is tonight I was working on my presentation and it came up to about 28 minutes. I've been running between 23 and 28 minutes. There's a cadence, there's a rhythm, there are stories, there's expounding, and this is what a pro does. Okay, so a pro doesn't wing it. A pro doesn't show up and go, man, I'm going to tell a few stories. A pro doesn't A pro is precise. A pro is, and what I want people to say after they see me is, man, that dude is a pro. And I want to go on this journey with him. I need a coach. I'm ready to play at a higher level. And I think that's a big thing I learned at 10X. A lot of people went in, and they would even tell you, even some of those people would tell you, man, they wasted an opportunity. They were in front of 10,000 people who were hungry, who got on a plane, who came to a stadium, and they didn't have anything to say, or they didn't think about what they wanted to say. So when I'm working through the PowerPoints and I'm working through the message, I'm asking myself, do I like this story here? And so tonight I went down, it's 9:30 at night, I went down and I went through the whole thing, I practiced it again. And then tomorrow I'll go through it at least 2 or 3 times. I may go out and take a walk. I may go out and walk by the water. I may work out. And I'll probably practice this talk at least 10 times before I actually give the talk in the stadium tomorrow at 2:30. Every second matters. And I think there's something to be said for the speaker who has more impact statements and more clarity and just more punch in a 20 or 30 minute period than anybody, right? So a lot of people just have never been coached on this, and they don't know what to do. So they get in there and it's a lot of energy, which is good, but we want to keep that energy to where it's not hype, but it's edutainment, man. The audience is having fun. They laugh, they cry, they think, they're challenged. And that is ultimately what a good coach will do. Have conversations you don't want to have, make you do some things you don't want to do, activate the prey drive inside of you to do what? Expand, to grow. Now, these are things I cover in the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing. Exactly how I put a talk together, exactly how I write the books, how I wrote the book Flip the Switch, which took me about 2 years. Yeah, Jay Cash saw I did have the flu in San Diego when I did give that keynote talk, man, and that was a rough one to fight through. But nonetheless, the audience didn't have to know that, right? Just kept fighting, man. We just kept fighting through it, and that's what the pro does. When you go watch a football game on Sunday, and you're paying good money for seats to watch a pro, you expect them to show up and be a pro, right? And when you go to a concert and you pay $600 for a ticket, you expect them to be a pro. And you expect it to move you from A to B. There's moments, there's emotion. So that's my goal tomorrow, guys. I do cover this in the Micheal Burt School of Speaking, Coaching, and Writing. So if you got a desire to speak, how do you get a gig where there's 10,000 people in a stadium, right? How do you create an offer? How do you make an offer? How do you invite people? How do you work the audience? How do you connect with people? These are all things that we need to know. And tomorrow's a flip the switch day, just to be honest with you. So I'll say thank you. If you bought the book, thank you. We sold out at Amazon the first couple days. That means thousands of units were moved. I think my publisher published about 15,000 or printed about 15,000 copies. And I know they moved them quick. I went to a Barnes and Nobles here. I was going to sign them because they told me that it's Barnes and Nobles. They didn't have any. They said, well, it's an hour away. So if you have bought the book, Flip the Switch, please go to wherever you bought the book and give us a review. I do think it's my best book. It was the most fun to write. It's actually the hardest to write. It took me 2 years to write it, but I think it's got some depth. And if you'll just buckle down with that book and keep activating that prey drive. And for all the people who buy it, by the way, make sure you let us know at support@CoachBurt.com, because I'm going to be giving you a free full day with me at the lodge called Tactical Connection. And I'm going to give you 8 weeks of my book club that starts next week. And I don't know of an author, Jay Cash, that's ever done this. I've bought thousands of books, and an author's never spent 8 weeks with me breaking the book down. So flip the switch. You get it at Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Books a Million. It's in certain Barnes and Nobles around the country. It's crazy where all it's at. It's not in my hometown of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, which kind of bothers me. But it's in New York City. It's in Boynton Beach, Florida. You can just look at Barnes and Nobles. It'll tell you where it is if you want to go get one in person. And we just had a purchase for 750 copies today for Movement Mortgage. So we really want to thank those guys for buying 750 copies. Dan Zatowski is out there working to get about 750 moved for me. So, man, it's just been incredible. Just want to thank you guys. So tonight's message: how do you give a talk at a stadium? So follow me tomorrow on social, Instagram, TikTok. We got 2 videographers coming, so they'll travel along with me throughout the day and see how we do tomorrow. Got a good feeling about this. I feel prepared, and when you're prepared, you feel confident. So thank you guys. Love you. Have a great night. Everybody needs a coach. Thank you to all the people buying the book. Keep buying that thing, man. We need you. This is a big week. This is a big week. We hit the Barnes and Noble's bestseller. We hit the Amazon bestseller, and man, we're pushing for that. We're pushing for that big Wall Street Journal bestseller. So thank you to everybody who's supported and pushed, and hopefully we're delivering more value than you just buying the book. So thank you for that, guys. Have a great night. God bless you.